Hi, this is Dr. Himlata Solanki, Senior Lecturer in the Department of Oral and Maxillofacial Surgery, Surindra Dental College and Research Institute, Sri Ganganagar. Today I'm here to discuss about a topic which is usually encountered by an oral surgeon or clinician or a dentist in his day or in his her day-to-day dental practice. Patients may come with chief complaint of pain or discomfort, or there might be some sound coming out from the joint, or there may be sometimes they may say that the limitation of jaw movement. So all these complaint of the patient hints the clinician to think about that the patient may be suffering from any TMJ disorder. So my topic of discussion for today is TMJ disorder. So TMJ is temporomandibular joint. Temporomandibular joint is complex articulation between condylar head, the mandible, and glenoid fossa of the temporal bone. So in layman language, we can say that it is an articulation between the mandible and the skull. So temporomandibular joint disorders are a group of conditions that cause pain and dysfunction in the jaw joint and the muscles that control jaw movement. So before going to the TMJ disorders, we should know, or the clinician should know about the normal anatomy of the temporomandibular joint. So various components of the temporomandibular joints are mandibular condyle, articular surface of the temporal bone, which is also known as mandibular fossa, articular disc, capsule, ligaments which help in the movement of the jaw are discal ligaments, temporomandibular ligaments, accessory ligaments, otomalleolar ligaments, and masticatory muscles which aids in the movement of the jaw. So while I am talking, or maybe I am having my food, or while opening my mouth, I am not feeling pain. Why? Because the articular disc, which is present between the mandibular condyle and articular surface of the temporal bone, is avascular and doesn't have any nerve supply. So that is the main reason that in the normal jaw movement we do not experience any pain. So if there is any pain complaining by the patient, so we are we know that the patient is suffering from any disorder of the TMJ. So various masticatory muscles which helps or aids in the movement of the jaw are the temporalis muscle, the masseter, medial pterygoid, and lateral pterygoid. These are usually known as the muscles of mastication. Coming to the vascular supply of TMJ, the external carotid artery is the main blood supply to the joint. This external carotid artery at the level of the condylar neck bifurcates into the superficial temporal artery and the internal maxillary artery. These two arteries supply the muscles of mastication and the TMJ. Innervation of TMJ, the nerve which supplies the TMJ is the auriculotemporal nerve branch of the mandibular nerve. Mandibular nerve is the branch of the third branch of the trigeminal nerve. It's also innervated by mesenteric and deep temporal nerves. So, as there are 8 changes in our body while we grow up, so there are 8 changes in TMJ as well. So, what are the changes which happens? 8 changes can be in the disc, it can be in the synovial fluid. So, what are the changes in disc are there's a progressive decrease in cellularity and increase in collagen fibers in the disc. The disc becomes thinner and shows hyalinization and chondroid changes. What happens in the synovial fluid? It becomes fibrotic with thick basement membrane changes in blood vessels and nerves in temporomandibular joint. So what happened to blood vessels? The walls of the blood vessels thicken and the nerves decrease in number. Now coming to the temporomandibular joint disorder, there may be various etiology for these disorders like malocclusion, or there can be secondary to intrinsic joint pathology, or psychological status of the patient can also lead to these disorders. Most of these disorders can be misdiagnosed and mistreated in maladies in medicine, or there can be inability to point at exact etiological factors, different terminology exhibiting same symptoms, These disorders are not life-threatening, but treatment, adequate treatment can improve quality of life because the quality of life is disturbed in these kind of patients. Coming to epidemiology, greater than 5% of population have the prevalence of this disorder. According to Lipton and colleagues, they showed in their study that about 6 to 12% of population experience clinical symptoms of temporomandibular disorder. Although the prevalence is high, only 5 to 7% have symptoms severe enough to require treatment. Age 20 to 40 years, and the prevalence then decreases by age of 60 years. The various temporomandibular joint disorders are, it can be congenital or developmental disorders like aplasia, there is no formation of joint is there. Hypoplasia, there is underdevelopment of the TMJ, or hyperplasia, the overdevelopment of the TMJ, or neoplasia, the abnormal growth of the TMJ. Disc derangement disorders like disc displacement with reduction, disc displacement without reduction. This can be explained with this video. So this is the normal or the ideal TMJ movement which we can see. The condyle and the disc moves simultaneously and they are get back into the position simultaneously. But whenever there is a problem in the TMJ or the we can say the disc displacement with reduction, when mouth is closed, the disc displaces anteriorly to the condylar head, and when the mouth is open, the disc relocates on the condylar head, which we can see in the second video. Now, what happens in the with reduction? There is noises on opening and closing. Whenever we open and close the joint, we can hear noise from the TMJ. But in without reduction, there is closed jaw, yeah, locked jaw. And there is inability to open the mouth completely. There is restriction in movement because the disc is permanently displaced anteriorly. So the other disorders can be like TMJ dislocation or inflammatory conditions like capsulitis or synovitis or polyarthritis. Non-inflammatory like osteoarthrosis includes osteoarthritis, which is primary, and osteoarthritis can be secondary also. Ankylosis can be fibrous or bony, or there can be any condylar process fracture. So these are the disorders of the TMJ. Now, coming to the cardinal signs of temporomandibular disorders, there can be pain with jaw opening or function, or limitation of jaw opening or function can be there. Now, coming to the TMJ examination, we have to begin by inspecting the preauricular area for any swelling or edema. Palpate directly over the joint while the patient opens and closes the mandible, as you can see in the picture. The extent of mandibular condylar movement can be assessed. You will further feel the condylar movement against your finger. So if there is a tenderness, if we elicit any tenderness over the joint area, so invariably it is associated with articular inflammation. So, what are the diagnostic imaging of TMJ? Variety of modalities can be used to image the TMJ, including magnetic resonance imaging, that is known as MRI, computer tomography or cone beam CT, and ultrasonography or conventional radiography can be used for the diagnostic imaging of temporomandibular joint. So, various treatment algorithm management can be seen, like examination according to the temporomandibular disorder can be reversible or irreversible. If it is reversible, we can treat it by conservatively or pharmacotherapy or minimally invasive procedures like arthrosynthesis can be. If it is a reversible temporomandibular disorder, if it is we are treating with conservative treatment of pharmacotherapy, minimally invasive procedures. But if it is not resolving, then we have to go for the invasive procedure or the surgical procedures. So there are some goals for non-surgical management of TMJ disorders. What are they? They are to eliminate pain or reducing it to a level that patient can manage, to restore jaw movement to a normal range of movement, to decrease or eliminate jaw dysfunction, or to counsel the patient about habits that decreases TMJ function. And after all these things, after managing the non-surgically, if the disorders is not resolving or the complaint by which the patient has come to us is not resolving, we have to go for the surgical treatment. So thank you. That's all for today.